Hello and welcome to the Galloping Gurus, your home for daily horse racing analysis, race previews and expert insights. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update. Or for even more in-depth analysis, join the Galloping Gurus membership club at gallopinggurus.com, where you'll receive our exclusive race analysis before the markets even open, giving you access to our thoughts ahead of the day's racing. It's all about getting that value, and if you get it the day before, then you'll certainly be getting exactly that. Ciao, ciao.
Hello.
Hey, mate. All right?
You alright?
Yeah, all good. So I think it's worked.
That's good.
Would be a better result. I have absolutely no idea what went on yesterday. How that did not record your voice but only recorded mine was obviously we was never going to go back and do it again. It just takes too long, and the authenticity goes after that because we already know what we're saying. So
Yeah.
you know, it is relatively new. So you know, it is what it is. I'm afraid. Have you played anything today?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Few interesting ones,
Yeah.
isn't there? No,
Yeah.
I have. Well, I have played a bit on the David O'Mara horse, so we shall see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It is still around the 2-1 mark, isn't it? Just shorter.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I suppose I'm relatively surprised that it hasn't got shorter, but there we go. Is what it is. We shall see, won't we?
We certainly will.
All right. Anyway, well, let's fly on to tomorrow's then. You want to start at Lingfield, shall we?
Yeah. Suspect you got one in the first.
I have, but it might not be the one that you think. I think I've got a feeling you're thinking Sahana.
No, I'm thinking Mr. Mojito.
Yes. Okay. Well, there
That's
we
the
go
one I fancy.
then. Mr. Mojito is 2 from 2 over course and distance and 3 from 3 at the track. The yard are 3 winners from 3 runners in the last 2 weeks. Mojito gave notice he was in form last time out at Newmarket, finishing second, and being £3 below his last winning mark with top apprentice Jack Callan on board in an apprentice race. His chance is there for all to see. He's forecast to be 3s. Not a huge price, but a good chance. That's what I've said. So I guess we're both on the same page. It must.
Yeah, it must have a big chance. Yard of flying, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
as long as Jack manages to suppress his urge to go 3 wide, does he?
well, there's that. Yeah. I would.
I mean, it'll be difficult from 5, but
Well, yeah. Let's hope not. I like Jack in general, but I do agree he has ridden certainly at Wolverhampton that day. He did ride a few, 3 of them 3 wide, which is never ideal. But I think in general he is up and coming, a young chap, and in an apprentice race he should have the nous on these guys, shouldn't he? So
yeah, you'd like to think so.
yeah. Okay, well that's good. We're both on the same page there. I didn't have anything for the 548 or the 618. Don't know if you did.
No.
Okay. And then I was on to the 648. Had a couple in here that were small interests, really. Put Havana Sky, likes this course and distance and has a record of 2 wins from 3 starts. He's £5 below his last winning mark, has a good draw this time, and a strong pace is forecast to aim at. He's not one for big stakes as he's hostage to fortune, but he's forecast to be 8-1. And I've also written a little spiel for Phoenix Moon. Is back to her last winning mark of 61. She beat my selection, sand screened and delivered in a 0 to 70 that day over course and distance, which is a good run. She's been running on turf and she's not won on turf in 12 starts. However, she has a record of 13 runs, 4 wins and 4 places on the all-weather, and all 4 of her wins have been over this course and distance, forecast to be 14s. Havana Sky and Phoenix Moon have met in the past, and Havana comprehensively beat Phoenix, and Havana is £5 better off as well. So that's what I've written about the 648. Don't know if you've got anything interesting in there.
No, that's probably fair enough.
Okie dokie. Fair enough prices, aren't they? And, you know, I think they have a couple of small chances there anyway. Okay. I don't have anything else for the rest of Lingfield. I don't know if you do.
No, I don't think so. They switched to the turf after that, don't they? And
Yeah.
ridiculous, really. The mile 6 race. They only ever get 4 or 5 runners for these races, don't they?
Yeah.
I just can't see the point, to be honest.
No.
On turf, I mean,
Yeah.
don't know. It's a bit demoralising to look at, really.
Yeah. I didn't spend very long on it, put it that way.
No. Oh, I mean, it's not the case, but I almost feel like Russian Rumour just lives on that track.
You never know, he might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing after it switches to turf for me.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, I was off to Ffos last then. And in the 230, I've written a spiel for a couple of these, just interests. I've got Monsieur Patat on his run at Newbury behind Rage of Thunder would have a good chance. Slow pace didn't help last time out at Windsor, but was making up ground late on. David Egan is back on. He's on his last winning mark and been given a 36-day short break, forecast to be 5s. And the other one, Newsreader changed stables to Tony Carroll, and Rosser is booked. He's well handicapped on old form, and although not won on turf, has placed a couple of times in better races. That was on a softer surface, and rain is forecast at Ffos, so would be interesting if the money arrives for a shrewd yard. So it was just a couple that I wrote about in there. Don't know if you had any thoughts.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, he'll probably get back on track for Tony Carroll at some point,
Yeah.
but he's been disappointing, hasn't
Oh,
he?
yeah, most certainly. We talked about him last time he ran, didn't we?
Yeah, I gave him a small chance, and yeah, it was, needless to say, disappointing that day.
Yeah, he was. But it will be interesting to see how he goes for Tony and Rosser, but some sort of interest. I'd like to see a load of money for it. If you saw a load of money for it, you'd probably think it was interesting. And Monsieur Patat on the run 2 starts back. I mean, crikey, I don't know whether you call it unlucky or a little bit silly, really, that they went for a tilt on this horse, didn't they, against the Rage of Thunder? And I mean, barring the winner, he'd have thrashed everything in here, wouldn't he? He did thrash everything in the race. They just bumped into one, unfortunately, and you know he might have a little chance, but
Yeah, definitely got a little bit of a chance.
Yeah, with Dave on as well, good jockey.
Yeah, I think him back on is definitely a plus.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I didn't have.
I've got one I want to talk about in the 3 o'clock.
Okay, cool, excellent. There we go.
I wouldn't be putting him up as a tip or anything like that, but Artemis Star is quite a good looking horse. I was at Windsor last time, saw him in the paddock, one of the better lookers.
Mm-hmm.
ran quite nicely.
Right.
Of it, he was beat by the front three, sort of 3 or 4 lengths, but stayed on relatively well. And the front three, I think, are actually decent.
Yeah.
There was a well-backed Jane Chapelham newcomer that won, and the
Yeah.
owner was there that day,
Yeah.
which is significant when he goes, bearing in mind he's no spring chicken.
Yeah.
The second, another good-looking horse, George Bowie, ran on. I think it finished second again since, but arguably should have won.
Yeah.
So I think the form's solid. This horse, like, given a nice introduction, I think, and I think the step up to 7 on that run will suit. So it's quite a warm little race. There's obviously an Andrew Balding horse that's got some decent form. George Bowie again, another horse with decent form. So he might not be winning or finishing in the first 2, but I'd be interested to see how he runs, especially with Lewis Edmonds on,
Yeah.
who the stable quite like. So you'd probably be seeing just how good he is tomorrow, really.
Yeah.
I think if he settles, he'll run quite a nice race, and I'd be surprised if he wasn't third.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm interested to see how he goes with a view to maybe handicaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds
So
good.
yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on, because he is physically quite nice and looks like he'll make up into a sort of little improving handicapper.
Yeah. They're pretty good with those as well, aren't they? I quite like them when they go first time in a handicap for these guys. The money quite often comes, doesn't it? And if you, like you say, he's a nice looking horse, he's probably got a bit of scope for improvement.
Yeah, and the stable have got that good 2-year-old as well. So, like, it's not beyond the realms that sometimes when you get one, you get maybe 2 or 3, and maybe he could end up being quite nice, possibly as a 3-year-old, given his size. But yeah, just one to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's the point to these podcasts. We're talking about things, and if we give people something to look out for the future, then all good. Okie dokie. Well, cheers for that, mate. I've got something in the 330, which is a small bit of interest. We have got previous with this thing, and it is Lerwick. Has been on the radar for a while without pulling up any trees. We put him up in December off a mark of 70 at Kempton, and he ran a good race in third, beaten just a length. 12 days ago, he ran over 10 furlongs, and most of his form is over 7 and 8 furlongs. They went a very slow pace, and he ultimately pulled his chance away in an amateur riders race. He was dropped £3 for that run, and now is into a Class 6 off 64 with Billy Loughnane booked for his dad over 7 furlongs. His only wins to date have been on turf, so at a forecast price of 20s, he might be worth a small chance at double figure odds with eye shields on first time. I've also said Sophian won the race last year and ran okay behind Distinct Spirit 7 days ago, even allowing for the fact it was a forerunner race. Distinct Spirit has won again since. But I thought Lerwick was a little bit interesting. If he was double figures, eye shields on first time, back at 7, Billy on for the old man, might have had a small chance in a Class 6. So that was my thoughts on there. Don't know if you've got anything to add.
Not really. No, not really.
No. Okie dokie. All right. So I would be on to Catterick then. I don't know if you've got anything else, Fossey.
I'm sure. Not really. No, not really. I was a little bit interested in Jimmy, Mark, and Ross Orion riding in the last race.
Yeah.
Ran quite well last time.
Yeah. Did.
A little bit of a chance, won at the track.
Yeah.
Thought Ross is staying to the last. He probably doesn't need to now. He's got the ban coming up, does he?
No, I was going to ask you about that. What happened over the weekend then? I thought he must have been. I thought he must have been on the ban because he didn't have any rides from the 27th of July onwards, and now all of a sudden he's out today. So he's. I can't imagine he thought, "Oh, I've got a long break coming up. I better just have a little holiday." Do you know what?
No, don't know.
It's bizarre. So I thought. Do you know what I thought? I thought, well, maybe he got stuck on this thing and he's appealed and got out of it. But yeah, very strange. I couldn't work out for the life of me why he had those days off all over the weekend, Goodwood and all sorts. It's very strange. But
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
no, when I saw him and I saw that, I thought, oh, I'll ask Max about that, whether he knows something I don't. So
No,
okay.
don't know.
No. All right then.
But yeah, not certainly not really a fancy of mine. I just thought it was interesting. He's there till
To the last.
staying till the end. Yeah, when he doesn't really need to, because there's another couple of interesting ones in there. Praise indeed for the William Muir Chris Grassick yard. Only had the 5 runs, and it's only been with them for 2. That once it's been handicapped, ran quite well here at Ffos last time over the mile 2 and steps up to the mile 4, staying on nicely that day.
Yeah.
Sort of half indicating maybe this trip might be ideal.
Yeah.
So being interested to watch that.
Yeah.
And one I thought was a little bit strange in the 5 o'clock, the race before, was Billy Loughnane riding for the Kublers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, but obviously Tom Marcom rides Grindleton in the last for them.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how Billy's on Mythological Star and not Tom, because Tom rides for them a little bit, doesn't he? And I don't know if maybe Tom rides just for the owners of Grindleton.
Yeah, I was going to say
Or like him on or something like that, but
maybe that is the case.
well, I mean, not only that, Oisin rides for them sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's not on Mythological Star, so yeah, I found that jockey booking interesting.
Yeah. Trying to have a look and see how that. That's weird, yeah, because I'm just looking at the owners as well, and for that Grindleton, and Tom's not there. Billy is. You got Jason Watson, four rides, 2 wins a place. Murphy, 5 rides, 1 win and 2 places. Billy, three rides, a win and 2 places. Ibrahim Nadu obviously won from the other day, 5 rides, 1 win, 1 place.
He's there as well, isn't he, old Ibrahim?
Yeah, so it's weird that Tom's on that. Yeah, on the Grindleton, and then
I mean, Billy on the Mythological is the one that sort of catches my eye, really, because it's probably not the best of races. I mean, Hurricane Laughter's had a couple of goes in handicaps and a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
You'd seldom sort of go with the Stan Moore first time in a handicap, although obviously Dave Egan booked his interest in, but generally I think you'd pass those by.
Yeah.
Then you've got Gelato and Station Bar. Gelato won last time at the track, didn't he? 16-1, so wasn't exactly on the cards. You'd wonder about him following up. And Station Bar, I think, with the penalty of old Bishop on board.
£10 penalty.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me to see Mythological Star
No.
maybe going in first time in a handicap. The yard are in pretty good form, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had a good
The
year.
Bublers.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if maybe Billy's agent has looked at this and thought he quite fancies this horse and made sure that he's managed to get Billy on board, which would be quite the feat with all the jockeys there. And
Yeah, it's funny as well that seemingly in the last race, like you say, Billy's not even got a ride. I would have
no,
thought,
absolutely bizarre, isn't it?
yeah, why is he not on Grindleton?
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 runners. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he could have got a ride from someone.
Yeah, especially as he's trying to win the jockeys championship. You'd have thought. Yeah. Well,
So
interesting
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it must be interesting, that Mythological Star. I'll be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah. Okie dokie. All right. Well, on to Catterick, where I'm sure you've got your nap.
Well, as it goes, as you can imagine, Catterick was the meeting I spent least amount of time on.
Well, I've only got one to talk about in the whole the whole meeting, so that was in the 3:15. I don't know if you've got anything prior to that.
Oh, I've got a feeling I know. Oh, I actually have. Yeah, Rain Cap.
Oh, okay. Prior to that, there we go. What time is that? That's 2:45, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think back at this track is quite interesting. Got a little bit of a wide trip here last time he ran.
Yeah.
Got quite a good course record here.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, 4th of 8 last time he ran here. And bearing in mind he was wide and
Yeah.
stayed on nicely,
Yeah.
I
Into
think he might.
classified.
Yeah, for bearing in mind it's a stable that certainly can get winners.
Yeah.
Not a big yard, but he's run quite a few good races. I mean, he's run a few bad races here as well. Make no mistake about that.
No.
But I thought the run here last time was interesting. Was 9-1, wasn't really fancied. Sort of over the 7. I think he probably ran 7.5, bearing in mind he was wide. Sent off favourite at Pontefract last time, which I mean, obviously you can look at it two ways. You can be very disappointed with him, or you can think they might just think they've got him in a little bit of form, and the return to Catterick could be the tonic here.
Did get hampered last time out as well, didn't he? Went off
Yeah.
9-4 favourite and did get hampered. So I mean,
Yeah, he was ridden by Sean Curran that day, and Ethan Tyndall taking off the 5. I think most people think he's quite good value for the 5.
yeah.
So I thought he was quite interesting. Like you say, into a classified. I would be very surprised if the money didn't come for him again.
Yeah.
And looking at the others, there's only really 1 or 2 dangers. The Iconic Times, interesting horse, isn't he? Landed a big gamble
Yeah.
at Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Needless stories have been written in the paper about the gamble.
Yeah.
How much was taken out the ring that day? So he would be interesting. He's nowhere near as good on turf, however.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, not yesterday, last week was D-Day for him.
Might be their opportunity to lay him this time.
Well, they might just be thinking, we'll let him go out and enjoy himself, and whatever happens.
And then
but yeah,
have a go at him.
I mean,
Have a go at him back on the all weather again.
yeah. I mean, I'm interested in Rain Cap anyway. If he was a bit of a price, I'd definitely be interested.
Okie dokie. All right, so that's set for the 2:45. And then, well, the 3:15. I've written a small spiel for Zeppelin is £6 lower than his last winning mark, and is a multiple course and distance winner with Jason Hart, who is booked. Jason's won on him 4 times, and the small yard are in form with four winners from 13 runners in the last 2 weeks. There's not much pace forecast, and Hart from the front can be hard to get past. He's forecast to be 12-1, which would be a fair price. I know he hasn't cut much ice recently, but if Jason did get a little bit of a freebie on the front here at a track, obviously, that he goes particularly well at, he wouldn't be without us a little chance there. So that would be
interesting. Jason Hart riding, isn't it? Because I do think the stable tend to book Jason when they fancy them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, Jason's won on him 4 times, so it probably is normally booked for him when he's, going to run okay. He's, like I say, £6 below his last winning mark. Plenty of track form, no pace. You would just hope that because Zeppelin does run from the front, you would hope that that's what they'd be doing. So yeah, I mean, reasonable price forecast. Probably won't be that, but Jason's often missed. From my perspective, he's a very, very good jockey, and ultimately, the good thing about it is that I'm not sure that the bookmakers worry about him as much as they should do, and so he might be a reasonable price. If he was around the 7 or 8-1 mark, I wouldn't be hating, but obviously I don't think it's one to get absolutely stuck into, but small play at a decent price. So that was my thought.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. And that's it. I've got nothing else for anything else. Have you got anything else to say?
No. Well, not too much, other than obviously we did put up Dare to Be Different yesterday. I was relatively keen, I must admit. Given one of the most bizarre rides you'll ever see, I think it's fair to say, jumped out pretty much in front. They were going no pace, so you thought, well, good. I know generally he is held up, but I mean, sometimes you've got to change the plan B in a race, haven't you?
Yeah.
When they're going no pace and you find yourself in front, I think you've just got to say, well, hold up. Today we're going to go from the front and we'll see exactly what happens here. And then after a furlong, he got reined all the way back to last. But I mean, what's annoyed me really is the fact that it's taken him 4 furlongs to rein him back to last.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, there's no one in the world that thinks that's a good idea.
It was nasty. I mean, and when he got to that position, basically almost in front at second, you see him take a little look behind him to see where D'Souza is, and he actually moves out and lets him come up through the middle, and then, as you say, continues to drag him back and back and back. And you're just like, what on earth is going on? And then at that point, you basically think she's going to finish last, and finishes strongly to get 4th. I mean,
yeah, nearly second. I mean,
it was
sort of 10 more strides, she'd have been second.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
So it was a bizarre ride, and anyone that backed her can rightfully be aggrieved with that, really.
Yeah, it was pretty irritating what they've done there,
including myself.
Yeah, well, I think everybody was disappointed with what they did there, because quite clearly it probably would have had a chance of winning if
absolutely.
If Marco had left D'Souza in behind him and got first run, she would have had a chance.
Yeah, the way she finished off, I mean, she was it was just bizarre the way that it's taken him 4 furlongs to go from essentially first/second to last, and like you can't say, well, the horse has dropped back, because it was never, the reins were never shaken or anything like that. So there was never any effort asked for to maintain a position, was there?
No.
So drifted back to last, and not only that, a length detached from last as well. So, like, I know that every now and again we can all be guilty of pocket talking and all of that, but I don't think this is a case with this one. I think this was a very bizarre ride, and I think the horse is capable of winning a Class 6
Even
whenever it comes in one.
Even the commentator said at the end that was a very strange run from.
Yes.
I mean, it tells you everything you need to know. I mean, even he's thinking to himself, "What on earth has gone on there?" But,
Yeah, exactly. Commentators don't normally mention anything like that, do they? But
no.
I mean, sometimes if it's right in front of your eyes, you quite simply have to say something. And
it was smelly.
Yeah,
for me. But,
yeah, I think we were hard done by there, really.
Yeah, never really given a chance, was it? But,
well, given absolutely no chance, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, that's for sure. Anyway, okie dokie. Well, that's it for the podcast today. Have a great day, everybody.
Okay, so that just about wraps everything up for today. Thanks for listening to today's analysis. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss our daily race previews. For our exclusive early analysis before the markets open, visit gallopinggurus.com and become a member today. We mostly rely on people's kindness to donate for our hard work, so if you feel like you got something out of our analysis or out of our content, please don't hesitate to go to the gallopinggurus.com website and hit that donate button. No matter how big or small, we appreciate your support. Be lucky, everyone. Enjoy the racing, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now.